I have such a difficult time balancing stuff in my life, especially when it comes to something like my channel like this and doing readings. And it's not that like I'm not thinking about it. Like I think about it often. It's just I get so wrapped up in what I'm doing and how life is going. Like I forget. Not that I forget. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but yeah, I just put it to the side, which is not what I want to do because I do enjoy doing these readings. It's just a lot has been taking my energy recently, and I'm doing my best to like balance all that and not allow it to take my energy, if that makes sense. But workers' comp cases are a son of a bitch. So what are you gonna do? Oh my God, am I gonna be able to grab that? Hold fast. Oof, Three of Wands. Okay, expansion, growth, foresight, looking ahead, right? I was just talking about a workers' comp case, okay? I've been dealing with that workers' comp case for maybe 8 months now. It's about to be a year in like 2 months. So, things like that, they just tend to take your energy. So maybe you're relating to me, maybe something, it doesn't have to be a workers' comp case, maybe something is taking your energy right now that you can't necessarily do anything about it taking your energy, right? Like, and that doesn't usually feel good, right? Queen of Cups, okay, that's a really pretty depiction of that. All right, so show yourself some compassion and kindness right now, and definitely use your intuition, and use your healing powers to allow yourself to move forward, to look forward, to see the bigger picture when it comes to your future and what that actually looks like, right? Because the lack of progress, the obstacles, and the limitations, like sometimes and most times those things can be in your mind, right? Like we are our own worst critic. You got the Nine of Cups on the bottom, so wishes coming true, success, achievements, recognition, all right? So all these things are coming to you. You really just have to allow them and allow yourself to release the fear of obstacles, the fear of delays, the fear of frustrations, right? Like if something happens and it doesn't go the way we planned, that's just life, like trying to put us through something and to make us realize a lesson within what we feel or view as like a setback, right? Okay, so you got the Moon card, right? And I believe we do have a full moon coming up. Yeah, because the new moon just happened. We have a full moon coming up, okay? So the uncertainty you're feeling right now is not as great as you feel it is, right? Because what you depict as something that is like you're self-deceiving yourself in some way, right? So you're going to regain composure and release your fear when it comes to that, all right? So what is conscious is going to be unconscious, is going to become unconscious, right? Or brought to light. That's what the moon card represents to me, in my opinion, right? And you got the judgment card on the bottom. Okay, there's butt cheeks in this, so I might have to cover some of it. But yeah, so the judgment card, right? So you're doing a self-evaluation, you're having an awakening, you're having some renewal of purpose or reflection on what it is you're supposed to be doing right now. And the Wheel of Fortune is underneath the judgment card, okay? So you're about to experience this rapid change, okay? It's about to be rapid, it's about to be quick, but it's about to be for your highest good, okay? And Six of Wands is underneath. So nothing but success and victory and triumph is coming for you in this next part of your life, okay? So you're going to get the acclaim, you're going to get the you're going to have pride in what you're doing. Nine of Cups is popping up again, okay? Look at this lady. She's just chilling in the chair. All right? So I don't want you to feel or think that what you want you can't have, because that's not accurate. Okay, that's trippy. There's like a tree moving in the back, and I keep thinking it's a person, but I see the reflection in the window. Anyway, okay, and then you got the King of Cups, okay? So look, we have the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups come out. So that's a beautiful combination right there. To me, a lot of watery energy, a lot of intuition, a lot of following your intuition, a lot of needing to reconnect with your intuition, right? And I'm guilty of that too, right? Sometimes when I get so wrapped up in my friends or romantic relationships or things like that, again, I just allow my needs to fall down by the wayside, and like that's not how it should be, right? Because we're so busy trying to accommodate other people's needs that we don't think about our own sometimes, and then that's how frustration happens, that's how resentment happens, that's how emotional explosions happen, right? Okay, so you have someone around you that has a balanced head and heart. They're devoted, they could be counseling you through something right now, and again, this pair to me is very, very divine, very magical. I really appreciate all the colors and the oceans. And if you look at this card, it looks like the Queen of Cups is giving the King of Cups her or their that cup, right? Like, and it's filled with a shell, right? So to me, a shell could represent a message. I just think about when you put the shell to your ear and you can hear the ocean. That could represent a message. So you might have a message incoming. Seven of Swords is on the bottom. So you could be stepping away from sneakiness, people who you feel are lying to you, who are trying to use trickery to get one over on you, okay? There could be a confession coming in, all right? A truth revealed for sure. I'm going to get one more card from here. Island girl, I like the way that you move me. So that song has been stuck in my head. Okay, so Nine of Swords. And again, I feel like this is what you're releasing, right? You're releasing anxiety. You're releasing fear. You're releasing negativity because you are at a breaking point. And if anyone is feeling the moon and the transits and shit right now like I am, I feel like this was me the other night crying like that, right? So I just feel like the breaking point is a matter of time, right? Especially if you're not allowing yourself to like realize what it is you need, right? What is your emotional self need? It's not just our physical self. What is our physical, spiritual, emotional? What do we need, like on all levels of being, right? It's hard to hear that or know that if you're being surrounded by chaos, chatter, and noise that you just can't separate from or step away from, right? So maybe you're feeling really isolated right now, but I feel like we're heavily going to recover from that. We're finding help. We're going through the thing. We're getting help that we need. Okay, Knight of Swords is on the bottom. Okay, so you're being more assertive. You're being more direct. Okay, all right. Instead of being a perfectionist, we're just kind of allowing ourselves to go through the experience, as it were. Right, so Nine of Wands as I pulled the deck apart, okay? So your persistence and your resilience and perseverance is so close, and like you're gonna need to rely on that coming up because you're near success and the fatigue is getting to you. Maybe that's why the Nine of Swords energy is coming up. But remember, nines mean you're ending a cycle, right? You're about to go to 10, which is 1 or 0, right? So you're about to start over in some way. So that is very, very cool. And shit, I look forward to that because what the I opened a kombucha the other day and the little lid always has a message, and of course that message said 6-7 on it, and I was like, for real, I can't escape from my swim kids or my summer kids because all summer that's all I heard, all school year that's all I heard. All right, and again, so I pulled this, and I've gotten this card before, Obsidian and Hellbore, right? Shadow Mirror, okay? Deep healing, understanding, seer, all right? So, again, reconnecting with your divine being, your divine essence, your divine self, and with your higher powers is very important, especially when you're going through a spiritual ascension, okay? Especially when you're doing shadow work, all right? Shadow work is not for the faint of heart, okay? We can talk about it all day long. It could be a hot button topic on TikTok. It could do all that shit, but if you're not actually doing it and looking inward and understanding certain aspects of like what makes you tick, bro, we can talk, like, we can say things all day long, but are we doing the work is my question, right? Amethyst and passion flower, violet flame, okay? You're transmuting these negative energies, these shadowy parts of yourself, and not necessarily to say that your shadow side is negative, it just inherently is, right? Breaking addictions, nervous system, okay? So you're healing something shadow-like in your nervous system, okay? So you see how dark this goes and then how bright this card is, and then I feel like these green flowers are significant because they're also on this purple card. So I feel like these cards go hand in hand. Very special. I am going to read this last one because labradorite and blue lotus flower, and has the ginkgo plant in the back with the pyramid, which I feel like is significant. Psychic gifts, yes. Wise sage, awareness, call to action, all right? So you're being called to step into your power. I was carrying around my labradorite stone with me the other day. So you're being asked to use your psychic gifts to understand that your awareness is your superpower, no matter what other people make you think or try to make you think. All right, and then this card was poking out, so I wanted to lift it up because I just saw cracking open. But this says turquoise and forget-me-not, okay? And it says balance on there. So what did I just say in the beginning? Balance, right? I have a hard time balancing things. I know that about myself inherently, or intuitively anyway. Cracking open, deep healing, balancing karma, all right? Balancing things in life is very important, and it may sound selfish to focus on yourself and to like only focus on what you need, but focusing on what you need and what you have and being grateful for the things that are around you is how you call in more abundance, how you call in more psychic gifts. So reconnecting with that higher power, your higher being, and ultimately your higher self is how you're going to get further. I believe in you. I hope you have a lovely, lovely rest of your week, and I'll see y'all again soon. Peace.